Okay, so we've been live along Bloor Street for the last hour or so, where bike lane bottlenecks are significantly slowing down traffic. As we've been telling you, an extra 8.5 minutes is being added on to the evening rush hour in this area ever since the pilot project began back in August. So right now, we're just west of Avenue Road. This is considered the biggest troubled area. This is sort of where the bottlenecks happen, where the lanes reduce. We are moving now, but it is stop and go quite often. We can usually see a sea of green lights, and we'll just be sitting there waiting to go. Now tonight we have been taking a look through the data and comparing the bike lanes here on Bloor Street to other areas in the city. Were you surprised by the impact this has had on traffic?
We know that these types of projects, when you put them in place and you've got all those pieces correct, you usually don't see an increase in travel time.
6 months into the pilot project on Bloor Street, and the numbers are out. These separated bike lanes are slowing things down at Avenue and Bathurst, and drivers are paying the price, with 8.5 minutes being tacked on to the evening commute.
When you have roads converge from 4 lanes to, in this case, 3 lanes, there's going to be bottlenecks, which is why we need new turning restrictions and signal retiming to address it.
But Toronto having such issues with congestion and traffic, I mean, it really is one of our biggest problems. Do you really think that a couple tweaks to signals and turns could get that travel time down?
I do, and I actually think that that is one of the great things about doing a pilot like this, is we have the opportunity to make those changes and learn from what we've put in the ground. I think that we'll find out whether it's acceptable when we go back to council in the fall.
We did a bit of backtracking and took a look at the impact new bike lanes had in other areas of the city. It was a smooth transition on Richmond and Adelaide, where there was no change to travel times. We also took a look at Sherbourne and discovered that no study had been done on traffic flow.
And that's exactly why we're treating Bloor differently. That's why we do a pilot. That's why in real time we look at what the impact is on safety. People are feeling safer on Bloor, both cars and bicyclists.
The study found many positive impacts too. About 1,200 more cyclists are using the bike lanes, and about 4,500 fewer cars are using Bloor Street. And during off-peak hours, drivers say that traffic is moving fine.
I think they work fine. They don't seem to really get in the way of our driving, or I don't have to park on Bloor Street, so I think that makes a difference.
I think they're very safe, and I would take my 8-year-old on these, on this stretch.
But business owners are split. While coffee shops, for instance, are seeing extra walk-ins because of the beefed-up cycling community, others say they've got to go.
Our client, they can't park like before, so we lost some clientele.
And if you could have it your way, would you remove the bike lanes?
If I have an option,
Yes.
today I removed.
You would?
Yeah, I would.
Okay, so we're heading west on Bloor Street. I think we just passed Spadina. I can see the Honest Ed lights up there, so we're approaching Bathurst. Traffic a little later tonight than usual for sure. It is a Friday. People tend to take off earlier. But again, the study says that it's been adding 8.5 minutes onto the evening commute. The morning rush hour, a little bit less, so about 4 minutes, additional minutes are added on because of those bike lanes. And then throughout the daytime traffic, we're hearing it's anywhere between 1 and 3 minutes.